Good evening, Dragon Warrior enthusiasts. We are here for yet another Summer 2026 Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament race. This one is going to be between Zatrex and Stags28. We've got a pretty decent start here. 14 strength, the sleep spell, and 35 hit points means that our runners will probably have no problem getting that early experience they need to break out of like level 1 and level 2 jail. So I think we're going to be off to a fast start for this race, but who knows what else the world of Alfgard is going to throw at our two runners. I'm also taking care of the gate here in the race room, so they'll start whenever I tell them to start. By the way, I am Velu V, taking care of your communications today. We've got Shihali, who is doing the restream and running the tracker, so all of those stats, those are because of Shihali, as well as literally what you see in here on the screen. So make sure that you show some love to our restream crew and our racers, and I think it's about time I drop the gate. So here we go. I'm going to take my finger off of this so I can type a few things, and we'll be in the running in just a moment. Alright, so I have released the gates. We're about 15 seconds until they start, plus perhaps a little bit of stream delay, but I'm excited to see what's inside of this throne room. And we're off. We're going to listen to the king give a bunch of instructions. He's going to tell these people what they need to do, which is to beat the Dragon Lord, bring back the Ball of Light, find some things, get some levels, and win the game. We've got an herb. We've got some gold. And of course, we're going to get some keys. Runners taking a moment to check their stats. They see that 14 strength and that 35 hit points, and they're ready to go. Little mini swamp on the east side of the map is where Tantagel Castle is located. Stags already wants to get out of Zone 0. He wants something a little bit stronger to use his 14 strength against. He finds a scorpion, pop that thing to sleep, and you're going to get yourself level 2 pretty quick. Now, he is chipping away, right? 1 damage at a time, but it will be worth it. It looks like Zatrex is probably doing the same thing. Yep, we've got a sleep spell there. And yeah, we're just going to watch some sleepy punching right here. There were no towns within eyeshot to spend that money on, but runners might do their best to hang on to that. Here we go. Stags was the first one to get his scorpion down. He gets 1 power, 2 response speed, 0 hit points, and 4 magic. A lackluster level 2, but level 1 was pretty good, so they're kind of balancing out there. Zatrex picking up his first scorpion and a level just shortly after. Stag's going for another sleep. When you only pick up 1 attack power, it means that the second scorpion's going to take just about as long as the first. Well, Stags gets his down. He must have hit a crit, and I missed it. There's 4 power, 7 response speed, 0 more hit points, and 15 magic. The game starts you with 35 HP and says, no more. You get no more. Zatrex with the quick red slime defeat gets him level 3, and so he'll pick that up with slightly fewer experience points than Stags had. And he's going to go ahead and take the Death Warp. He does lose half of that gold that he started with, but as we can see on Stags' side, there isn't really any towns nearby, so holding on to that gold is probably a bit of a pipe dream. But we'll see. Stags is doing his best. He wants to spend it. He wants that hand axe. He wants that large targe. We are sitting at 800 gold on Stag's side. Large shield would be lovely, but not from the knight. Knight is blowing fire. Baby breath. 2 of those is enough to send Stags home. Zatrex, meanwhile, fighting slightly easier monsters, takes down the Drakey in the desert. He's got a Magidrakey, gives a little bit more experience. Question in chat about Zatrex's sprite. I believe it is Proto Man, but in my head canon, it is Strong Bad from the Homestar Runner series. And so far, we're at level 4. Scorpion is still the best monster to be fighting. And sounds like we got ourselves a Hurtmore. Yeah, Hurtmore came with level 4. So Zatrex fighting the little monsters has paid off. Now he's got that Hurtmore, and boom, Green Dragon. What a wonderful thing to shoot your first Hurtmore at. Picks up 135 experience. That is, I don't know if that's enough to push him to level 6, but it's certainly enough to push him to level 5. And there's the Heal More, so we get both of our Moors by level 6. And that was level 6 that it pushed him to. And yeah, more green dragons, please. Thank you, sir. May I have some more? One of our runners in the race room prior to this race did mention that they have all kinds of projects and assignments to do after this race, so they were hoping to get it done early, and it looks like they are doing their best to just go ahead and do that. Zatrex finally gets taken down, or rather gets sent back for a refill of his Hurtmores. Stags picks up his Hurtmore and immediately branches out to go find some more difficult enemies. Little does he know that the green dragons are just right there. Demonite says, nope, go home. Wraith Knight, on the other hand, is delicious pickings for Zatrex, and I really like this little desert corner that he found here. It happens to just be out of the early zones, and it's got all the Sharlock monsters that are vulnerable to Hurtmore. It's an excellent find. Doesn't want anything from those poltergeists. Wraith is worth a Hurtmore. Stag's not stumbling onto the great enemies, but he will take a Metal Scorpion. And so I'd say this is kind of our first major divergence. Zatrex has found an excellent place to throw his Hurtmores as Stags is branching out into the world. He's not finding as good of enemies to throw his magic at, but he is learning a lot more about what this map looks like. And there we go, just like that, we've got level 8, 4 power, 3 response speed, 4 hit points, and that's it for Zatrex. And now that he's officially out of MP, he's also pretty much out of HP. That Demon Knight does his job and sends him home. Stags finding a Wraith Knight, that's pretty good. That'll be enough for level 7. Yes, DW edit, there was gold in the throne room. They also had 35 hit points, 14 strength in the sleep spell, which let them very quickly chip away a couple scorpions and get hurt more at level, 4, I think? 4 or 5. And look at that, there was a cave just south of Tent Angel the whole time. And it is the tablet cave, so we're going to get a free check in here. By free, I mean no monsters, but it does eat up a bit of time, especially without the outside spell. And we got ourselves a fighter's ring. Stags immediately puts it on. Green Dragon sends Zatrex home. His Hurtmore must have not been enough to take it down. So it took a big old bite out of him. Said, get out of here. You're not supposed to be fighting me yet. And Zatrex has not had enough of this zone. He's going to hang out here. And I can't say I don't blame him. I mean, he's level 8, but the hit point gains have been atrocious. They started with 35. So they've gained exactly 9 hit points in 8 levels. So I think what he's looking for is a little bit more health before branching out into the world. You want to be able to, you know, survive a hurt more or survive a hit or two from a red dragon or a blue dragon before you know, really go out exploring. And I think that's what Zatrex is looking for. And honestly, this zone has everything you want out of a zone. It's got like 2 or 3 really good Sharlock level monsters to throw Hurtmores at. Hurtmore came at level, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was 4 or 5. The levels have come very quickly. So it was either 4 or 5. It's hard to distinguish 4 and 5. Healmore came at level 6, I think. Maybe Hurtmore at 4, Healmore at 5, something like that. Asking what level something was is like doing math on stream. I'm not supposed to do that. And Zatrex goes ahead and picks up his fighter ring, and he also puts it on immediately. And the Druin has a little bit of spicy fire breath, hits him with a nice 69 to send him back home. And even now our runners can't help but fight the scorpions. They've been so kind to them so far. Zatrex, or rather Stags, is creeping up on that level 8, so I can't say I don't blame him. Star Wyvern says, nope, go back home. So, Zatrex, I believe, is exploring a part of the map that we saw already on Stags. Stags has seen more of the map than Zatrex has, and has seen nothing. We've seen nothing except for that first hit, except for this town here in the desert. 1 Drakima away. It is dodging. It's breathing fire. It says, you will not see what is in this town because I've got the toasty, crispy Dragonlord 2 breath. And that's what you get for fighting a Drakima when the town is right there. The Death Breath. Yeah, we've seen it on Drakimas and Druids, so, you know, those low-mid enemies that you should be able to one-shot at some point. But right now, we're just kind of being gatekeepers. I think Zatrex is going to see this town right now, so we'll find out what it is. It is Cantlin. Zatrex picks himself up a copper sword. And a clothes. No, a leather armor. I'm sorry, copper leather. Stag's out of money. Does find himself a nice wyvern to hurt more. Gets himself a level 8 out of the deal. Alright, Copper Leather Daddy Zatrex out in the world, sees a metal slime, it runs away. Will Zatrex learn about the Drakima? He does not. He gets his down, picks up 20 experience points. 28 XP for Stags28, fighting the Warlock. We have this weird river swamp system with bridges. Swampy river islands are my least favorite thing to navigate. And Zatrex pretty much taking the same path, both runners kind of going south to north in this open area, exhausting their dead ends. Zatrex fails a run from a golem, and it swiftly sends him back home. Zatrex does a little bit of damage walking in the swamp. I'm not sure what that was about, you know? Just really doesn't like having those hit points. Stag's desperately trying to get back to Cantlin for a refill. He makes it. Spends 100 gold at the very expensive inn. But it is cheaper than the Inn of Tantagel Castle. Oh, Green Dragon just wrecking Zatrex over there, getting some bad luck in his fighting, making up for the easy time they gave him earlier on in his early grind. Looks like Stags is going to herb up and then get out and continue the grind. He's going to explore north a little bit. He meets a metal slime. He gets 1 damage on it. It's sticking around, but it knows hurt more. He's going to cast a heal more. He's going to try to stay and fight this slime, but this slime is like, I'm all hurt more all the time. That's 2 damage, though. There's a hurt more. Metal Slime is still sticking around. Stags gets it down, picks himself up 255 experience points, and now the experience is more or less equal. Crazy Metal Slime fight right there. And now Stags picking up a copper sword. Alright, so runners walking around the world looking for things. Both in generally the same area, I think. Maybe not. They've seen Cantlin so far. And we've got a Sharlock sighting. But it looks like a dead end. The Knight with the sleep and baby breath. Little lullaby baby wombo breath from the Knight on Stags sends him home. Spectre puts Zatrex very close to level 10. One decent enemy will put him there. Poltergeist is not a decent enemy. Demon Knight is not what you want to see. And there we go. Wraithknight will push Zatrex 1 point over the level 10 threshold. 9 power, 19 response speed, 4 hit points, 9 magic, and the hurt spore. That's a pretty good level there. That Knight, the agility is great to have. That'll help with all those back attacks that we've been seeing. The 9 strength is a really nice big strength gain as well. Not as useful when you're casting Hurt more most of the time, but it's nice to have. You need that strength eventually. Alright, looks like Zatrex has found the town of Cole. He's gonna go to the shop. Goes ahead and picks up a small shield. It's the best they've got. And we'll see what is 4 steps south of the bath. It's Erdrick's armor! There we go. Armor is in Cole. So in this seed, coal definitely exists, and it's definitely required. Alright, Zatrex finds the backside of Sharlock, and it looks like it does open up into some more explorable land. These green these green dragons are still giving Zatrex some trouble here, not going down into single hurt moors like they used to. And we do, we have a little swamp town here. Stags picks up his enormous agility gain. And we found Rimeldar, so Zatrex gonna go purchase some keys around the rim of Rimeldar. So Zatrex gonna go ahead and spend a bunch of money on keys. You want to max out here, make sure that you get all the keys you can. It's also the cheapest place to purchase them. So it's quite the good deal. So he'll drop down into the inn. We'll see what the old man left in his wardrobe. It's some gold. He got all that key money back, plus enough to pick up a large shield, if there happens to be one, in the Rimeldar shop. They do not have it. Nothing worth purchasing here. You might consider that half plate, except, oops, I've got Erdrick's armor. So now Zatrex is gonna hunt around for more things. There is a cave up there. He checks south just to make sure there's no towns out of eyeshot. It is the Jerk Cave. We're not ready to talk to that guy yet. It's kind of a far-flung jerk just past Charlock is what we've got. And this is really opening up to the north now, so lots of exploration places to go. We've got a cave town, a little town with a cave as a tourist destination. It's Breckenary. Not checking Breckenary for a large shield. And we've got Swamp South. Now we're back to Breckenary, and now we'll check the item shop, or rather the weapon store. I see a town on Stag's screen. Looks like Zatrex does opt to pick up that hand axe. Stags finds coal. So Stag's about to get the good news that he doesn't need to purchase any armor. From naked to Erdrix, just like that. So what is Zatrex going to do in this swamp cave? Is he going to check the spike, or is he going to see what's on the other side? A lot of runners don't like going through swamp until they've kind of cleared the first continent, or at least the areas around the swamp. We haven't seen what's to the east of here, for example. And it looks like, yeah, Zatrex is going for a spike check. Meanwhile, Stags, following in his footsteps, finds Rimmeldar, and so he'll pick up his full stack of keys in just a moment. It looks like we got green dragons on a spike. So green dragons in a zone, green dragons on a spike. Kind of can't get away from the green dragon grind in this seed. And this green dragon here should get Zatrex up to level 11, if my memory of experience thresholds is correct. I have a spreadsheet I could open and look at, but where's the fun in that? We got 2 power, 16 big ol' hit points, 15 magics, and the all-important repel spell. Alright, Stags is clearing off dead ends. Zatrex is out of resources, so he's going to head over to the town that's just right there, Breckenary. Great place to refill, by the way. 6 gold in, can't beat that. So he's gonna get those experience points up, or rather his health and his resources back up, and probably get back on the spike. I mean, it's a really nice grind. Maybe you just sit here until go stats. And then explore the rest of the world. It makes your exploration that much easier when you're able to repel everything and handle whatever's on the overworld. So we might see him get close to go level, maybe a level under, and then leave. But my expectation is a lot more green dragons. He said, as we don't see more green dragons. So Zatrex continuing the exploration. I forgot, Zatrex has keys too. He's got all kinds of stuff to look at. Green dragons are better with a sword, even when you have hurt more. It's the true commentator's curse, is you say what you think they're going to do, and then they immediately don't do that. So we're here in Garenham. We're going to see what everything is in the shop. Still no large shield. I think we might have seen all the towns. Have we seen everywhere that could have a large shield? Is this a large, targeless sea? You do find a death necklace in the Garenham warehouse, and behind the Garenham warehouse we've got the freebie cave. Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Man has Erdrick's Token, so he swapped out one key item for another, and that is our first key item in terms of key, like unlocking Sharlock key. We do also need to find the Stones of Sunlight and the Silver Harp. We have to trade that Silver Harp for a Staff of Rain, and then we trade all three of those things for the Rainbow's Drop. Looks like Stag's picking up level 11 here. So Stag's... For a while it looked like Zatrex had a pretty decent lead, but honestly Stag's is pretty well close to it. Exploration-wise, Zatrex is a couple of places forward, but they've been finding them in more or less the same order. The map has kind of laid itself out in a way that you kind of hit everything in the same order, as now Stags has found his Swamp Cave and his Brecconary. Large, Targe, Marge. Hey, Sarge! Like Sergeant. You could do like a drawl and have like my garage. But that might be stretching it a little bit. We've got Red Dragon on the Hawksness spike, which, by the way, Zatrex found Hawkness. With 1 hit point, he pops the heal more. 67 is like super low HP to be doing this, but it's doable. The Erdrick's armor is paying dividends here. You wouldn't be able to tank hits like that without it. And I think Zatrex is... Oh no! It gives a nice big bite for 41 and says, nope, get out of here. Garbage, yes, thank you. Garbage, but it would have... You gotta have that garbage. You gotta throw on your pirate accent, right? Like things that are I got my Stags28 almost rhymes with it. You got me trying to rhyme things with large that I completely missed whatever was in the treasury. Hopefully our tracker has been looking. Barge! There we go! We got the Garbage Barge of DW seeds. Zatrex goes behind Tantagel was a mountain cave the whole time. Like, I wonder if King Lorik knows about this. He's just got a monster cave under his dungeon. Or rather, under his castle. Stag's gonna find Hawksness here. With that broadsword, Stags is better equipped to fight this red dragon, but it's really gonna boil down to, do you stay healed to full or not? And Red Dragon says, no, I'm gonna bite you for exactly the 37 hit points that you have. Zatrex has something he's grinding here. I'm not sure what he picked up out of that chest, though. With the chest overflow glitch, it's kind of hard to tell what it is that they find. Like, that definitely wasn't a chainmail. I think fairy waters might be in some of these chests. Looks like we found a harp in there. And some gold. And so Zatrex has found himself a little gold grind. I don't know that we've seen a silver shield anywhere. We have seen a flame sword. He is going well beyond Flamesword money, so I'm thinking Zatrex saw a silver shield. I feel like, have we seen every town? We've seen everywhere, yes? Like, we haven't seen the grave, but in terms of places that sell equipment, perhaps we haven't seen every Cantlin shop. Yeah, we haven't seen the Keylock shop in Cantlin, that's for sure. And I don't think we've seen the South shop either. Alright, so with the mountain basement cleared, Zatrex back out into the world. And he's going to head over to Cantlin and figure out the other things that they have there, right? You got your keys, go use them in the key places. You've seen all the key places. Stag's about halfway done with his mountain. He's got some monsters to fight with. He finds a tablet, supposedly. Alright, Keylock Shop has a silver shield. Great gold grind. Nice speculative gold grind results in a silver shield pickup for Zatrex. Looks like Stag's opting not to do this little grind here. And our coordinates man says to go and fight. There ain't no need for any princesses or counting. I personally have been extremely lucky in my last two seeds. The first one was go fight, so no coordinates, and the second one, the princess, was pretty much required. I am not a fancy count person, so like one coordinate or those types of searches, I am not good at all. So I'm always praying that like either there are no coordinates or that it's really weird and you have to get the princess. That's the only way that I save time in these seeds. But I think both of our runners here are quite good at doing the fancy counts, as I like to call them. Yeah, I'm not aware of any large shields in this seed. I don't think anybody's checked the South shop in Cantlin, and I think that's the only place that it could be. I didn't see one in the Keylock shop. Sorry, large targe. Forgetting my branding. So we've seen all of the overworld checks, I think. Did Did Stags get his red dragon down? I kind of missed that. That. Oh no, he didn't. It bit him for his health. So we have not seen the Hawksness check. That's it. Hawksness was way the heck out there too. Way at the end of a very long, far away dead end. I don't think we've seen any belts. And we have not seen the grave. This could end up like the situation that I was in my last race. I did not see the grave. The grave was the last place for me to find, and the armor was the last item to find. So I went to Sharlock instead of looking for the grave. And I lucked out. The armor was in Sharlock. But our runners aren't looking for an armor. They're looking for a sword and a Stones of Sunlight. They're also looking for a staff trade-in cave. We're missing... There's a couple caves we're missing. Grave and staff trade-in. Zatrex finds a red dragon in the wild. He is trying to run away from it. He does get away. Looks like we're going to pop into Cole for a quick top off at the inn. Stag's heading to the swamp cave. I don't think anybody's gone through the swamp to see what's on the other side. We'll see what Stags decides to do. Nope, he's going for some experience. We've seen a lot of this map, and without any other cave entrances, there is a decent chance that we have a two-continent seed. Or perhaps, you know, one continent and one remote island. Stags go ahead and takes that level 12. Comes with another decent agility boost. And with Stags sitting here on this green dragon, there's a very good chance he'll overtake the experience lead in just a few moments. Zatrex says, wait a second, let me crit this red dragon so that it takes you a little bit longer to take my experience point lead. Draw it out a little bit. Yeah, he's getting I agree with you there, Shihali. He's getting a good feel for how these dragons are dealing here. You definitely can't orphan that chest. I mean, you can beat the game without the sword, but who wants to do that? What is this cave on Stag screen? There's our grave. I'm not sure if that was through the swamp or not, but we found it. Golden's being a little bit nasty in here. Stag's having to use herbs because he is low on resources. Full dive the grave with this low MP could not be great, depending on what the monsters are. He finds the dragon scale. Swaps out his fighter's ring for it and puts it on immediately. And it looks like we got a broadsword pickup on Zatrex's side, and there's the Stones of Sunlight. So Grave has our third key item. Question is, does it have the sword? And I think if you're Stags, you gotta go and try to dive this right now. You don't even want to spend the MP to pop the repel. Maybe you do. But he's not. I'm sure there's somebody in chat that's irritating right now. And I think Zatrex has just found the grave as well. I'm pretty sure that's what that cave is right there. The Grave Cave. So Stag's basically a floor ahead of Zatrex in the whole grave dive. Of course, the treasure checks involve quite a bit of putting on things and stuff. We've got a fairy flute in grave 4. Stag swaps out his wings for it. Zatrex gets his stones of sunlight. And his key that he can spend on the door down here. Alright, so Blue Dragon here is going to eat up at least one of Stags' Hurtmores. Oh, it's not! Stag's going to walk. Oh, no, there it is. Sorry, not Hurtmore, Healmores, rather. I think that might be Stag's last Healmore. It is. He's got one Hurtmore to burn. Has to get to the bottom of this grave. He is in a position where he cannot cast outside and continue searching for the staff trade-in cave. And there's an herb in the bottom, so he's going to have to walk out of this thing or take the death warp and walk all the way back. I'm really not sure which one is better. But with all the towns found, it means that there is going to be no refills on this side of the swamp cave. Unless it's a secret one-continent island. And the Stone Man goes ahead and sends Stags back with a full set of health. And I'm imagining he is going to go straight on back through that swamp to try to find his staff trading cave. Blue Dragon's putting up a bit of a fight, but Zatrex has gotten him down for his 180 experience points. And that's enough to push him up to level 13, 5, 11, 8, and a heal spell. And Radiant, my favorite spell that almost never gets cast. If I cast Radiant, I like to do it in the Tablet Cave. It just feels right. And there it is! Zatrex casts Radiante and lets us see the grave in glorious 5 square P. I agree, Bodsville. Radiant should have some additional properties. My take on it is that Repel in dungeons should not be a flag, and that Radiant should cast Repel in dungeons. And when it wears off, you have to cast it again if you want Repel in dungeons. That's my take on it. Other people have other ideas. Alright, so Zatrex back into the swamp. He wants more green dragons. He's got all the things. He knows where the trade-in cave is. the jerk. I'm pretty sure the jerk is on the way to Hawksness, which is where the last check is. So I'm pretty sure you sit here on this green dragon until you've got go stats. You turn in all your stuff, you fight the red dragon, and then you go from there. Yes, Zatrex did cast Radiant on his way out of the grave, on the top floor. Grave 1 on his way out. I don't think it was a miss menu. I think he did it just for me. Everything's about me. Don't you know that? Alright, so Zatrex says, leaving out of here, I think he might have ran out of resources, so he's going to top off here at the nice Breckenary Inn. Stags beating down a Spectre. It was Phil Spectre. He deserved it. And there's level 13 for Stags. Zatrex a good 800 away from level 14. 8 or 900. 3 good red dragons. Alright, Stags has found a staff trade-in cave, so I think he's the first one to find that, actually. I don't recall seeing it before now. But maybe I just missed it. Zatrex is back at Hawksness. So we're going to see a red dragon fight in a minute on the right side. But finding that staff cave is potentially huge. You cannot move on without it. Alright, so red dragon. With all of these hit points, I think he was at like 63 or 4 before. This time he just gets it down in a couple swings. Red dragon down, and there is Erdrick's sword, so not 100% required item, but it makes the next red dragon that much easier to fight. And we'll see level 14 in just a moment. Alright, so a couple red dragons later, and Zatrex is hit level 14. It comes with 1 power, 1 response speed, 9 hit points, and 10 magics. The hit points are nice, but we are definitely at the point to where we want to see strength gains. Please. I'd want like another 15 strength minimum. Fortunately for Zatrex, he's sitting on like an excellent grind. Red dragons have kind of become the meta when they're, kind like this one is. The 350 experience points that they give is quite lovely, and is a relatively new, I mean, it's been around for what, well over a year, maybe 2 years now, that they've broken the code to the point to where we can give this many experience points. But ever since Red D's started giving 350, them and Golems have been excellent eats. And Zatrex is eating good tonight. Started on a diet of Green Dragon, moved up to Red Dragon, skipped over the blues completely, as is tradition. Metal Slimes are in Hawksness too, just in case you were tired of getting experience from the Red Ds. But they do know Hurt more, which makes them a much less lovable monster. Stags did get one down much earlier, and now Zatrex has as well, so both of our runners sitting at 1-1 for Metal Slimes. Zatrex, I think, as much as he wants to sit on that Red Dragon, also has to refill on magic points, and also really needs to find that Staff Trading Cave. Stag's back over here by these islands. I think he's just double checking dead ends, perhaps. I'm not sure what he's looking for. He's been to Hawksness, so he knows where that is. I'm almost certain he has to have had to have seen the drop cave, but perhaps he hasn't seen the drop cave. The jerk. Alright, well, he's going in the right direction for the drop cave. If I remember, it was kind of in this past the Charlock swamp. And then up to the north a little bit. Right, wherever Zatrex is, that's where Stags needs to go. There it is, he's found it. So Stag's the first one to the rainbow drop. He's behind on experience points. He doesn't have the sword yet. But he's got the homework done. So Zatrex on the desperate hunt for the Staff Trade-in Cave. Stags spending some time stocking up on herbs. You gotta do it at some point. But it really is. It's going to boil down to Zatrex's ability to explore and find this last place that he really needs to find. Versus Stags knows where Hawksness is. I'm assuming he remembers where it is. Getting there and getting his sword, and I imagine he'll grind some red dragons a little bit too. So some decisions coming up. Stags has found Hawksness, or refound, returned to, if you will. Zatrex gonna fight this werewolf. That'll get him pretty close to 15, but not quite. Still a couple good monsters from it. Mew Mew. Stag's not willing to risk it there. He pops another heal more. Goes ahead and takes down this red dragon. Oh no, that still wasn't enough. I was certain that swing was going to get it for him. And that's why you heal, folks. There's the excellent move. Red dragon down. It also gives him the level 14, and there's that Erdrick sword he was looking for. Alright team, pardon me, I need like a 2-minute break just to take care of something real quick. I'll be right back. Alright folks, I'm back. I knew I shouldn't have drank that Diet Coke before the restream, but it's all taken care of. I promise you I washed my hands. And we are back. Looks like we didn't really miss much. Looks like Stags maybe grinded a little bit on that red D. Looks like we have still not found a harp trade-in cave. Yeah, so Zatrex is looking for the staff cave. Stags is looking for experience. It looks like he maybe prefers this green dragon to the red dragon. And there we go. Zatrex has his Staff of Rain. That's what he's been looking for. And so now he is all but go. He needs to make his way back to the drop guy, which is... he knows where that is. Can Stags catch up? It's a lot of experience points. 1,800 experience points. That's quite a few green dragons. Yeah, I suppose that red dragon biting you pretty hard could make you not want to fight him much. And his initial fight when he had the broadsword, I think it took him like 6 swings to bring it down, so I could see some reluctance there. Alright, Zatrex has got his drop. His stats look goable. I mean, the AP is super low, though. The strength is not there. He needs more. He needs more. Yeah. I say goable, and then I looked at the strength. Never mind. He is selling off things in the shop, though. Makes me think we are making room for fairy waters. And he has left the town of Garenham. Where are we off to next, Zatrex? Somewhere to buy fairy waters, I'm guessing. Oh no, back to Hawksness for the grind. Okay. Golem on the way is nice. We've got ourselves level 15 for Stags. Finally gets that outside spell. Alright, and so Zatrex back on the Red Dragon Gravy train. $97.50 is the magic number for level 16. So 2 more red dragons will do it. Alright, so Zatrex now on his final red dragon to reach level 16. Will it be enough? Will we pick up a huge amount of strength? Or a moderate amount of strength and a huge amount of hit points and magic? We'll see. Red Dragon is down. Courage and Wit is serving us well. We've got 11 power, 1 speed, 31 hit points, 7 magic, the stop spell, the return spell. We got both the things we needed, folks. We got AP. We got tons of HP. Throw a death necklace on that thing and you're hitting at 138 AP. Don't throw a death necklace on that thing, you're pulling in doubles. I think you go. Looks like Zatrex thinks you go too. And if you're gonna use the Death Necklace, you don't have to stock up on Fairy Waters. But it looks like Zatrex is gonna stock up on Fairy Waters. So perhaps no Death Necklace. Gotcha, it's for the Repel. Doesn't want to spend magic on Repel. That makes sense. Oh, them werewolves with the spicy breaths. I had not noticed the DL2 fire on the werewolf. Looks like Zatrex maybe a little bit lost. Not lost, but yeah, just wasn't sure which way to go. Let's put it that way. Disoriented. Let's say disoriented. Not lost. Just slightly misplaced. Alright, so Zatrex has got his Rainbow Bridge built. Bifrost achieved. Alright, he meets an Armor Knight. It is not being nice. 1 run fail. He will use an herb. Stags back to the green dragon. Actually, if he can take this golem, he will probably go without meeting another green dragon. And there's level 16 for Stags, and he immediately casts Outside. He's ready to go. He has all his stuff, so he just needs to get there. Probably by the time he does, Zatrex will be on the bottom floor, making his way to the Dragon Lord. So about a full dive ahead, I would say. Stag's checking the armor shop. I think he's looking for a large shield. The large targe. He sees it not. South shop. No large shield in this seed. So it's silver or small. Middle path does not exist. It's playing the coal game. Every single golem in the world wants to say hello to Zatrex on his way down to Sharlock basement. But he finally makes it up to the lit up room. There's golems down here too. There's golems on the overworld. All of a sudden it's turned into a golem seed. A shortage! I love it. Very good. Best first time chat ever. Got dueling red dragon. Zatrex gets away from his. Stags fighting the red D. We've got a blue on the spike. So every color of dragon spike. We had a green dragon on the swamp spike, a blue dragon on the Sharlock spike, and a red dragon on the Hawksness spike. Cursed multicolored dragon seed. Alright, so Zatrex pops his necklace on turn 1 against Dragon Lord 1. He eats a hurt more. Gives a swing. Takes another hurt more. Stags pulls out the rainbow drop. And hurt more. He's going to use his heal. And still hurt more. I don't think there's any herbs left, so he's going to have to go in. No opening double for sure, but he's looking for no ambush. And there we go. He at least gets the opening swing for 16. $32. $47. $61. $79. $90. $102. $112. $123. $140. $156 is enough to get that Dragon Lord down. Balls of light spreading all over the place. Get those GGs out. Good job, Zatrex. Fairy Water wearing off in front of the middle set of guards. Things we've never seen before, folks. Amazing race. Good job, Zatrex. We will hang out here and see if Zatrex decides to join us in the commentary booth. Meanwhile, it looks like Stags is making his way down. Looks like we have an official race time GG finish time for Zatrex17 of 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 17 seconds. Stags is in the U room, so he's almost made it down to the bottom. He does see a werewolf. Zatrex was repelling those werewolves the entire way down. So, good use of that fairy water there. And it looks like Zatrex has made his way into the booth. Good job, Zatrex. Congratulations on your finish. What was your overall take on the seed?
Yeah, thanks. Definitely a pretty smooth one. The map felt real funky at the start, like lots of little tentacles shooting off the sides that led to dead ends, but in the end it ended up being mostly a straight line.
Yeah, I got that sense as well. It felt like it was not a straight line, but you all were hitting all of the same places in pretty much the same order. So I got the sense that when you're watching two at the same time, you can't really get a feel for the map, but it didn't look like one, but it felt like one just because you guys were fighting stuff in the same order.
Yeah, it's one of those capital C-shaped maps, just with lots of extra peninsulas thrown in for good measure.
Gotcha. So one of the things that did diverge, I think Stags found the staff trade in a little bit earlier than you did. That was like the last place you hadn't found. I'm just wondering what are you thinking when staff is like the last thing that you find?
That's always the calm down, you'll find it, calm down. Literally what I was saying to myself.
Fair enough, fair enough. And it looks
Yeah,
like
you guys.
Stags has made it to his Dragon Lord fight. Just kind of tossing that out there. I didn't mean to talk over you there. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Yeah, so it really, you guys saw, like, I had kind of had to do a search pattern there to figure out where I missed one of those peninsulas.
Well, you found it, and it didn't take you too long to do it, and you're able to finish it off. But yeah, overall, really, really well raced. Another thing that you found that was a little different was that very early Hurtmore zone that had like all of the Sharlock monsters that were susceptible to Hurtmore, that desert just to the north of home. Stags didn't find that, or at least that corner of it. I think that let you get into an early lead. What were you thinking at the start? Like, were you thinking, yes, I found this, or are you thinking like somebody else has? Like, I mean, you kind of had a jetty start, right?
Yeah, it was definitely like, oh my gosh, the seed's actually being nice to me for a change. And then, of course, the zone got a little volatile. I kept hitting the demon knights or getting back attacked, so I eventually was like, all right, I just got to push on. Don't linger here too long.
Yeah, it looks like you decided to branch out at the right times, as evidenced by the victory. There was one other burning question that was going on between chat and myself. Did you cast Radiant in the grave because you were lost, or because you knew that I would like it?
It wasn't even that I was lost. It was like I knew I walked down the wrong path because I make that mistake walking out backwards all the time, and I was just frustrated. So I just threw a Radiant out there for my own peace of mind.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I had it deep down in my heart that you did it because you knew it would make me happy, but it did. I just want you to know that. It did make me happy to see Radiant get cast.
Yes, we all love a good Radiant.
Have you got any thought? I have not been paying attention to the standings. Where are you right now in terms of your group work?
I am hanging on for dear life. I'm now 2-2. I got one more match against Diabetes that I'm trying to schedule, and if I win, I think I'm in decent chance to at least have a play-in. I'm not sure what the stats are across the board for our group.
Fair enough. So it sounds like it's getting pretty close to it. You've been knocking out those races pretty quickly. I've only done 2 of mine so far, so I need to get on the horn about that. But yeah, that's exciting to be at 2-2. It means that like every race has like stakes for you at this point. So it'll be exciting to watch you go on. As it looks like Stags has just finished off his Dragon Lord. So make sure everybody gets those GGs out in the chat for Stags as well. Sorry, I had to go click my GGs.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Our whole group has been pretty aggressive with the scheduling. But I lost my first 2, so I'm trying to claw my way back. I've at least matched my previous 3 summer tournaments, where I've pretty much every time I've gone 2 wins and lost out the rest, so I've at least matched.
Well, that's excellent to hear, and again, best of luck to you through the rest of the tournament as you go on. And it looks like Stags has joined us in the booth, so welcome in, Stags. Good game. Sorry for the defeat, but generally, tell us what your thoughts were in general about this seed.
First off, GG's Zatrex. My first thought is you must have played really well, because I thought I was doing pretty decently on this one. So well done.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty jetty seed. There were a couple of differences. Zatrex found a grind zone early on that had like green dragons and wraith knights, and like there was 2 or 3 Sharlock tier enemies that were susceptible to hurt more in the desert near home, like just out of the beginner zone. that he was able to do to get an early lead on the experience. But Stags, you caught up to that experience at some point in there. You actually overtook the experience lead, and then it kind of went back and forth. And it just, but that early lead, Zatrex was able to really just hang on to and ride it out to the end.
Yeah, I thought my transition from levels 10 to 12 was pretty slow. I didn't have a lot of luck finding a grind zone that I liked. I kept finding nights that kept sleep wrecking me. Just the ambush sleep and just not able to wake up. That was kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, there was definitely some rough monsters out there. I think the werewolves also had some nasty hurt breath. Metal slimes, I got one of you. I think it might have been you, Stags. Got a metal slime hit somebody for a hurt more. I'm pretty sure and beat them. But I also saw a really good metal slime beat by you, Stags. Like it was doing hurt mores and you heal moored your way through it and took him down. I think that's where you caught up on experience was that metal slime.
That was a very interesting experience.
Yeah,
Just
I had a lot of
hoping,
fun calling it.
just hoping that he would swing, so that I could get another shot at it.
Well, and also when you're like you've done 2 damage to it and it's cast hurt more on you like 3 times, like this thing is going to run away, isn't it? And sure enough, it didn't, and you got your 255. So it was super fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I burned at least 40 MP on that metal slime.
So I asked Zatrix about your group. What are you thinking about your group, Stags, in terms of where you are? I haven't been paying too much attention to the standings. How are you doing, and what are you thinking moving forward?
Well, I'm 1-1, and that one win I think is going to be really, really crucial for me. This is an incredibly difficult group. Anyone can beat everyone. I mean, no race is to be taken for granted at all. It's just going to be really tough. So
Yeah,
Well,
this is
we are.
me, Stags, and Chirno, our second year in a group together. We were all together last year, and I think we reversed our fortunes across the board.
Well, we're
yeah,
definitely here to see it. So yeah,
it,
go ahead.
it's just going to be a really, really tough I guess grind in here.
Well, you all asked for a fast one. This has probably been the most generous seed that I've rolled so far, adminning them. Is there any other final thoughts about the seed, about the race, about the tournament? I know we've all got other things pressing for the rest of the day. Is there anything else before we wrap it up?
You know, if I had made it to Hawks like one level later, if I just grinded up one or maybe possibly two, but just one more level, be able to take out that red dragon the first time up there, uh, I think that changes a whole lot. Then I'm not diving deep grave just in case while I was there. So many different things, but I just couldn't get through that red dragon.
You both failed the red dragon the first time around. I think when Zatrix got there, he was in a better position. Zatrix did a silver shield gold grind, so that probably helped it as well. But basically,
Yeah,
Zatrix
so
grinded that red dragon, whereas you went back to the greens.
yeah, the first time I hit the red, I had gotten keys, but I hadn't been back to start yet. So I was like, I'm a little under HP for this, but let's take a crack at it. And if I die, I've got treasury, I've got the basement, I've got Cantlin right there to see if there's cords. So I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And then obviously going through, I was able to get the gold grind and pick up the silver shield just on its own, just by doing the castle. So that worked out for me.
I thought about it, and then figured, I'll see if I can find the large shield, which I never found.
Yeah,
So
large shield did not exist in this seed.
yeah, that ended up a little bit of a bummer on the dive and even the grind there too. Um, I didn't think I had enough time to do a silver grind really, and then walk all the way back out of mountain, and I just didn't think I could do it. as it turns out, I only had time to do that.
Well, at the end of the day, it was a very entertaining and fun race to watch and call. So thank you both for putting that on for us. I'm looking forward to watching both of you progress through the rest of the group phase. And with any luck, we'll see all of us in the brackets. Although I'm pretty sure I won't make it. But I am definitely looking forward to watching the rest of these things. So great job, everybody. Any other final comments before we land the plane, if it were?
Just thank you for hopping in the booth tonight, and Shahali for tracking, and thanks for getting us on there. DW Randomizer getting us on the channel. So thank you.
Yeah, big thanks as always.
Absolutely. And so, with that said, I am Velu V, taking care of your communications tonight. We had Shahali doing the tracking and the restreaming tonight, so make sure that you give a like and a follow. A like, we don't do likes on Twitch. Make sure you give a follow, maybe even a sub to your restream crew, to your wonderful runners Stags28 and Zatrex17, putting out an awesome show for us today. I think what we're going to do is go ahead and raid Edge Talvaron. He's doing some Final Fantasy. I think he's doing Final Fantasy 14, which I play that as well, and they just had a recent patch. So